Finished nursing school in the midst of COVID. I finished, it's official, I have completed my RN, and honestly, I am really just finding out that none of that stuff matters. Like, yeah, I got an increase in pay, yeah, I finished school, I got another degree to put on the wall, but none of that matters when you're hurting in here. So, but I talked to a good homegirl last night. She was just like, first of all, you out here sad, stressing over a dude who don't want you in the first place, but you got a new job, you got a new degree, your daughter is happy, healthy, you know, like, and you know, we don't want to hear that when we're going through something, because I'm sitting here sad like, girl, but I really liked him.
Drop to my knees, begging you please, licking my teeth, call the police, I'm searching for peace.
Hi you guys, so it's Lanice, and after like several months of recording a YouTube video, your girl is back. So I have lots of catching up to do with you guys, but we're first gonna start with, oh shit, don't want to fall, how I got this piece of paper. Yes, your girl finished nursing school in the midst of COVID. I finished, it's official, I have completed my RN, but with everything going on, I just really haven't felt comfortable shooting a YouTube video. So here I am, I'm like, I had to get back to it. So I always keep it real with everybody. So I want to first start by apologizing, because daily I get notifications in my email saying that I get a new subscriber. My subscriber count is still growing, and I have not been consistent at all. Like, I haven't posted anything recently because I'm not gonna front, your girl has been a little depressed. And it's crazy because finishing RN school is something that I have wanted for such a long time. It's a goal that I have been striving to achieve for a very long time now. And honestly, I am really just finding out that none of that stuff matters. Like, yeah, I got an increase in pay, yeah, I finished school, I got another degree to put on the wall, but none of that matters when you're hurting in here. So, but I talked to a good homegirl last night, and it was somebody I hadn't talked to in several months, but when we talk, we chop it up, and we really talk. And she's that homegirl, I think we all have one. She's the homegirl, if you call her with some bullshit, excuse me, on this channel I curse. So if it's offensive to you, I'm sorry, you have to unsubscribe or unfollow, because my tongue, I'm working on it. But she's the type of person, if you call her with some bullshit, she's gonna call you out on your bullshit, first of all, and she's gonna curse you out. But it's all out of love. So, you know, I was talking to her last night, and I'm like, girl, like, I was really sad, like really sad. And she was just like, first of all, you out here sad, stressing over a dude who don't want you in the first place, but you got a new job, you got a new degree, your daughter is happy, healthy, you know, like, why does this matter? Like, why does one small aspect of your life matter? Like, and you know, excuse me, let me get that together. So man's rejection is just God's redirection. And you know, we don't want to hear that when we're going through something, because I'm sitting here sad like, girl, but I really liked him. I really liked him. I really wanted to be with him, but he out here fucking everybody. And you know, it's just awful. But you know, but she got me right last night, and she was like, you know, you missing out on your money, you missing out on your calling, because you get into these moods, or you get into these spaces where you just stop, you know, with your goals because of something that might not be going wrong in your life. And in order to really reach your calling, in order to really get where you're supposed to be destined in life, you got to learn how to work through those struggles. And right now you're losing. And so I had to really take that into perspective. I had to sleep on it last night, and here I am with another YouTube video for you guys. So first things first, like I said, I finished nursing school. How did I finish nursing school in the midst of COVID? Because last time I talked to you guys, I told you that they weren't allowing us to go back to our clinical sites. The hospitals were not allowing anyone, no visitors, no students. They weren't allowing anyone in the hospital. So what they had us do was write a bunch of papers. First of all, we had to write a bunch of papers to make up for different clinicals that we missed. And when I say like papers, I don't mean like 2-3 page papers. I had an 8-page paper that I had to write, all based off of a case study that I had to read. And when I tell you guys, me personally, I'm not a case study person. I don't like doing case studies. I don't like reading them. They are helpful. But that right there took the cake. And then we also had to do these things called iHumans. That's how we made up our clinical hours. The iHumans weren't bad. My school did not require that we got a very high grade on it. I think they only required us to get a 60 on each iHuman. But if you ever have to take them, which I'm sure a lot of schools that are doing summer school programs, and maybe even some programs that are doing, have programs that you're going to be in the fall, I'm almost positive that you will have to do some iHumans because the COVID isn't over. And the hospitals are becoming more lenient on their visitors. But the PPE and things of that nature, that was another reason why they weren't allowing us into the hospitals, because you have 5 nursing students there. That's like 5 more sets of gloves. That's 5 more gowns. That's 5 more pairs of goggles. When it comes to PPE, there was such a high PPE shortage that having extra bodies in the hospital was just too much. So I honestly believe that a lot of nursing schools will continue doing iHuman for, even if it's just a short period of time. And that's a whole nother video. Like iHuman, you would need tips and pointers on how to successfully complete an iHuman. And right now I don't have the brain capacity to do that. So just letting you know, that is how we finished our clinical hours. We had several iHumans to do. We did have to read several case studies, write papers on them. Fortunately, I got a lot of my volunteer hours out of the way before they stopped allowing students to do their volunteer hours. And so I didn't have to write a paper to cover the volunteer hours that I missed. However, we still had to do presentations. Everything that we did was completely online through Blackboard Collaborative. All of our lectures, all of our everything was done on Blackboard Collaborative. And I'm not gonna lie, if you watch my previous videos when COVID first started happening, I personally was totally against online school. And I'm like, nursing school, whenever you're going for your RN, I don't believe it should be online. But the way that my school set it up, it was a beautiful thing. It allowed us to stay in the house, and it allowed us to get everything done, and it allowed us to complete on time. So I did graduate in May. We were not able to have a pinning ceremony due to the COVID. Of course, we weren't able to have large gatherings. But the fact that we finished, I got my diploma, as you see, and I am able to work currently as an RN because they did give us emergency RN licenses. So yeah, that is that. I finished. I'm done. I'm not done with school. I'm going right back because your girl does want to become an NP. I'm kind of trying to decide on what type of NP I would like to be, or if I would like to go all out and become a CRNA, but that is I have to do a lot more research and figure that out. So my next step, so I thought I was going to be moving. All of my family, my mom and dad, as I stated before, they live in Oklahoma. My grandmother, my aunts, uncles, cousins all live in Texas, and that's where my daughter has been this last year while I finished up nursing school. I thought that is where I was supposed to be. I thought that I would be moving to Texas. I didn't want to move to Texas. I'm not even gonna front. Like, I don't like Texas. I was there last weekend, and I don't care for it too much. At 8 o'clock in the morning, it was 93 degrees. Like, I'm already chocolate. Like, I ain't trying. And I got sunburn. Y'all see all this melanin? I got sunburn in Texas, walking around the block every day. So no, like Texas was not my first choice, but I did apply for nursing residencies in Texas. I applied for nursing residencies in the city of Charlotte because I do live in North Carolina. I live in Winston-Salem. And I did apply for residencies here in Winston-Salem. So all of the people who are watching because they're actually interested in nursing and they're not watching just because it's me, Lenice. If you are in nursing school or you want to get into nursing school and nursing is what you would like to do, I suggest that you do your research on nursing residencies in your area, because one thing that I feel like my school may have shorted us on was the fact that me personally, and maybe I wasn't listening during a couple of days in class, but I personally did not know how important it is to land a nursing residency before you get out of school. Let me explain. So I'm thinking that being that I have the initials RN, I'm finishing school. I haven't taken my NCLEX yet, but just say I did. Like this is the way I was thinking before I got out of school. I would be able to go to a hospital and apply for a job as a floor nurse. I did not know that now hospitals require you to go through their nursing residency program, which is a year program where you are brought into the hospital, you are rotated throughout different floors, and out of those floors that you're rotated through, you get to pick the one that you like the most. The important thing about the residency is, though, it gets you acclimated to the hospital. They teach you everything as if you didn't learn anything in nursing school, and that's no insult to the hospitals. I really am glad that they do it this way, because I like to learn and I like to make sure I know everything before I dive into anything. So but I didn't know that you had to go through the residency in order to get a job in the hospital now, and that is in Texas. Texas will not hire you in a hospital if you don't have a year of hospital experience, or unless you go through the residency program. That is in Charlotte and that is in Winston-Salem. So while I was in school, you know, I hear all the young ladies or several young ladies talk about how they're applying to jobs already, and I heard several young ladies talk about how they're you know, gotten accepted into the residency, and I'm just blowing them off like, okay, well, I don't know where I'm going to be living whenever I get done with nursing school. I don't know where God wants me to be. So I don't want to apply for a job and, one, not pass nursing school, not pass this last semester, or two, accept a job and then I move away, or accept a job far away and I decide to stay. So I didn't apply to any jobs. So fast forward, I get out of school last month and I start applying to jobs, and that is when I found out that you must have a year. I mean, the people that don't require a residency are the young ladies that may have already been working in the hospital as CNAs or phlebotomists or whatever their title may have been other than RN. So they already know people, because, you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So they already know people, and they're able to just change roles, change positions in the hospital. Now, if you don't have that clout already, if you don't know somebody that knows somebody, it's very hard getting into the hospital. And these residencies, you have to, in order to even apply to a residency program, you have to be within your first year out of nursing school. So say I finish school in May, say I decide next June 2021, okay, you know what, I want to go into the hospital, count it as done, because it's over a year, so I could not get in as a resident. And if you don't have any hospital experience, they're not looking for you in the hospital. Like, they do not play about you having your skills. They don't play about you having any prior experience. Like, they want you to be a fresh nurse so they can teach you everything, and they can teach you the way they want you to do it based off their rules, their guidelines, and your state, you know, board of nursing rules and regulations also. So I had a very hard time landing a residency. And out of all the places that I applied, I only got one residency. And on top of that, I personally thought that I wanted to go into the emergency room. or labor and delivery, or ICU. Like I was like, I mean, I've never seen a scale with 3 dishes, but I was torn between the 3 of those places. And I didn't even get a residency in any of those areas. The only thing that they had open was med-surg. So I will be starting a med-surg residency, which is fine. They're paying me what I would like to get paid. And med-surg is where you learn everything. You work very hard, but you learn everything. And the fact that I got my foot in the door at the hospital means that I can move up. Like in the hospital, you are able to change roles, change positions. Like, you know, you can do what you want to do. So I'm very grateful. I'm very glad that I did get this residency, because it's going to allow me the opportunity to figure out what type of nurse practitioner I would like to be. So the residency that I am in, like I said, you get to choose between 6 different floors out of like 12. You get to choose the 6 floors that you would like to rotate through around, you would like to rotate through for the next year. So I believe I chose a GI unit, I chose a neuroscience unit, I chose just a basic med-surg floor. Also, the residency that I'm a part of, the hospital has several different hospitals in the area. So we have a big main hospital, and then we have different hospitals all around the area. So just the general med-surg floor is actually at a smaller hospital, because I do want to know what it's like to work at a smaller hospital also, because I heard that's where you make money at anyway. But so, you know, I chose those 3 that I could think of. I chose a pulmonary floor and a tele unit. So, and I chose one more, I can't remember what it was. I chose 6 though, and I'm very excited. I have no clue which one I'm gonna like the most. They do allow you, after your 2nd rotation, if you liked either choice 1 or choice 2, they do allow you to stop and you become a permanent floor nurse on either one of those floors that you decide. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it through all 6 of the floors to rotate. I don't know, but I just pray to God that I find one that I really like, because wherever I choose, my goal is to remain there for at least a year before I try to go back to school, because this particular hospital will pay for you to go back to school, and I want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I choose which. My camera went out, but I want to know exactly what I like and what I'm good at before I choose an NP specialty. And so I don't mind if it does require me to go through all 6 of those places to make sure, because I'm a very indecisive person. I like this today, like that tomorrow, like you today, might not like you tomorrow, never know. But and so I'm gonna try to make it through all 6 rotations, but if I find a floor that I really love and I love the people there and I love the nurse managers there, I will stay. You know, it is what it is. So yeah, that is what's going on with the nurse residency. So another thing, just because I like to keep it hot, I like to keep it real with you guys, and you know, this is my personal YouTube channel. I am believe it or not, I am a private person. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, I do post a lot of funny memes. Sometimes I post memes where I'm in my feelings. You know, I post the things that I do on the weekend because I'm a very active person. However, there's a lot of things that people don't know about me. It's a lot of things that go on in my everyday life that nobody would even guess, or a lot of feelings that I have inside that people don't even know about. So one of the most recent things is I got saved, and I still curse and I will still have a drink on the weekend, but a couple of other habits that I had, I did give up because I did feel like they were kind of distancing me from God or whatever. But I did get saved, and I said that to say, if you have been following my YouTube channel, I have been very into astrology, and I'm kind of torn with, you know, the occult and the new age and Christianity. And so if you're following my page because you want to know more about astrology, because if you know me personally, you know I know a lot about astrology. However, right now I'm kind of moving away from the astrology part of my YouTube channel, and I hope that you understand. And if I lose a few followers that, you know, really wanted to talk about astrology, I I'm sorry, but that's just kind of what the Spirit is telling me to do right now. Because I really want to get closer to God and put my faith just solely in Him. And I realize that whenever you're really into astrology, into the new age and the occult and the crystals and the things of that nature, you get very, you start to depend on that stuff. Like, I caught myself, I went to a tarot card reader. I went and I had like crystals, I burned sage. I was doing a lot of that stuff, and it's no smear to anyone who was into that stuff at all. Like, I was very deep into it. But right now I'm kind of just trying to stray away from that, because that was almost like a drug. Like, I got addicted to it, to where I was watching tarot on YouTube, or when I meet somebody, the first question I ask is, what's your sign? Like, you know, I'm trying to guess people, like figure people out, but everybody is different and ain't no two Pisces alike, so it is what it is. But I just wanted to let you guys know that. And all this clapping, you think I'd be fighting, but I'm just slapping my legs. But yeah, that is what it is. And you know, another thing is, I have been missing from YouTube because your girl takes heartbreak like really, really, really badly. And I mean, like I said, I had to talk to my homegirl last night, and she had to really snap me out of it. Like, she cursed me out good, but once I slept on it and woke up and kind of repeated some of the words she said, I was like, you know what? Like, as women, we get, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself and a few of the people that I know. But like, as women, we get really caught up in these guys. And then whenever they don't like our behaviors or they don't like us, we begin to not like us either, when really that person may not have just been a good fit for us. And it really may not be anything wrong with us. But I'm the type of person where if I'm rejected by somebody that really knows me intimately, I am crushed. And I have been crushed for a long time. However, like I said, I recently given my life to Christ. So the more I read, I've been reading my Bible daily, talking to God daily, and I'm not saying I've changed. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that the way I feel on the inside is slowly changing. So if I get missing again from YouTube, y'all just send me like a message or something and be like, bitch, get back on your shit. Like, what is you doing? You ain't messing with another no good nigga, is you? Like, cause my homegirl, she really had to wake me up. Like, okay, you're sitting here, you not doing any of the things that you really love. You haven't really been talking to nobody. You haven't been, you know, doing the things you're supposed to do because you're sad over somebody that don't want you. Like, get your shit together. Like, what? Get it right. Get yourself right. Like, she had to whoop up on me real quick, and I just had to really be like, okay, maybe that person really just wasn't a good fit, and maybe they really just, you know, maybe God was just helping you get right for the right person. So that's why I've been missing, just to keep it hot with y'all. But I'm back. We back to laugh. We back for YouTube. We back for videos. And I have lots more nursing videos coming out for y'all. I'm gonna try to remain consistent. I'm gonna try to throw a little like lifestyle videos in here too, because I know a lot. I just don't share everything that I know. So I'm gonna try to be consistent now, okay? We're gonna get it right. Your girl is right. Like, okay, I understand. I'm fine. I'm chocolate. Like, okay, I'm not gonna sweat these niggas out now. Nah. But anyways, my name is Lenice, and I am here if you have any questions about nursing school. If you're just interested in what it's like to go from being an LPN to an RN, that was my journey as a nurse. If you like my videos, just, you know, hit the like button and then hit subscribe. And then once you hit subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can know when I post videos, because YouTube be tripping. And then if you know if you have any friends or family or anybody you know that is in nursing school, going through nursing school, wants to know more about nursing, share my videos with them, because your girl needs the views, okay? Your girl needs the views. Your girl needs the views. Okay, but anyways, Had a little deodorant in my arms. But anyways, I'm out. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was eventful for us all. And I'll be back with another video before you know it. All right. Peace.